Following announcements made pertaining to government honouring the will of the late Grand Chief to be brought back to his home province and laid to rest, a follow-up conference took place earlier today where Prime Minister James Marape outlined a tentative program that will run through the next 2 weeks of mourning period and the rest of the days leading up to the Grand Chief's state funeral and his departure. Starting tomorrow, 2nd of March 2021 through to Thursday, 11th March 2021 next week, 2 provincial groups have been consigned designated dates to visit the public house cry at the Sir John Guy's Indoor Complex.
And this evening, our house cry will be visited by our Motu Koita people in our city. Tomorrow evening, Central and Gulf will visit house cry. On Wednesday evening, Milne Bay, Oro and Western Province. On Thursday evening, East New Britain, West New Britain, New Ireland. On Friday evening, Manus, the Autonomous Region of Bougainville, and Enga will visit the house cry. On Saturday evening, you will have Eastern Highlands and Chimbu visiting the house cry. On Sunday, the 7th of March, you will have Jiwaka and Western Highlanders visiting the house cry. On Monday the 8th, you'll have Hela and Southern Highlands visiting the house cry. On Tuesday the 9th, you will have the Medang and Marape provinces visiting the house cry. And on Wednesday the 10th, East Sepik and West Sepik will visit the house cry.
The NCD governor is set to play host to the public house cry here in the nation's capital.
The governors and the leaders of those respective provinces will coordinate, but NCDC, the team that is set up by NCD, led by Governor, the Honorable Powers Pakop, and the Chairman of Motu Koita, the Honorable Dari Toka Jr., will be the main host. And we will all be sitting in their presence, but we ask our citizens and those who will come to the house cries to come in a decorum befitting, a manner befitting of a Grand Chief.
On Thursday, 11th of March 2021, the Grand Chief will lie in state at the National Parliament House. On Friday, 12th of March, the Grand Chief's state funeral will be hosted at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium at Coney, starting at 2 p.m. On the 13th, the family will spend a private moment with their father for the last time before he departs for his home province to be finally laid to rest at Krea Heights on the 14th of March 2021.
Morning of the 14th, the body will leave Port Moresby for the last time back home to East Sepik Province. And then proceedings in East Sepik Province will take place in partnership with the East Sepik Provincial Government and the traditional elders and the family as we move into the final few days in which the Grand Chief will be taken care of.
The Prime Minister reiterated yet again that despite calls for a nationwide tour, nothing of such will eventuate as the Grand Chief's body is not in a state where it can sustain that much movement.
So the family did advise that the body is not in a state to do an extensive national tour, simply because every part of the country is same for Grand Chief. You just can't take to regional headquarters or 1 or 2 areas in our country. If we were to allow the body to move, then 20 provinces and our special region of Bougainville, so there's a 21 possible stop. And the family felt that the body cannot sustain that level of movement.
He has called for reasoning from all citizens and has assured extensive coverage from all broadcasters.
We'll have a special parliament on the 11th. At the same time, all broadcasts will take place nationwide. And as I said earlier, schools throughout our country being asked to ensure their school sites, halls in school sites be set up as a place of point of reference in which the community and our people can get around to witness not just the parliamentary proceedings in which we will pay our last parliamentary respect on behalf of the country to Grand Chief.
Annette Kora, National EMTV News.